What's up, y'all? I'm so excited for today's video. I'm going to be reviewing 5 period underwear companies that are PFAS chemical-free period underwear. If you've been following me, about 2 years ago, I did a very in-depth review on the brand Thinx because your girl got a heavy flow, and they claimed at the time that they were PFAS chemical-free. But since then, my comment section in that video has been blowing up with the whole controversy that they got sued over someone testing their period underwear and finding PFAS chemicals in them. They claim that they settled the lawsuit because of marketing purposes and that they don't actually have PFAS chemicals in them, and that sometimes during the whole process chemicals can contaminate underwear. But I know now people are weary about using the brand Thinx. So I wanted to give you guys 5 different companies that are PFAS chemical free with like full honest review on them. I tested them for a couple months, so I really tested them out, wore them in, and I wanted to give you guys my honest opinions on them. And with that being said, let's get into the video. So for this video, I really wanted a good, comparison across all the brands. So for Thinx, what I wear the most from their company is the boxer brief style. It's $38 for super heavy absorbency because I have a super heavy flow. I'm not gonna go into like extreme detail about my personal experience with period underwear. You can go watch the Thinx review for that, but I have a super heavy flow. Like for 2 days, it is Niagara Falls in this bitch, if you know what I mean. So I wanted to do a comparison across all the brands in a boxer brief style. So this is what I'm going to be comparing them to, and let's get into the first brand. First up, we have the brand Modibodi. This is a very popular brand. They are an Australian company, and this is a super heavy absorbency boxer brief for $40, so about $2 more expensive than the Thinx brand. And the material is super soft. The whole coverage in the back, it's like decently thick. It's soft on the lining. So for comparison, the Thinx lining, the Thinx fabric is like a lot rougher. The pad is a bit more rough, and it has similar, coverage area, but this fabric is so much more soft. I will say it lasted about, when I'm like really flowing, like Niagara Falls flowing, it lasts probably 2 hours. It says it holds up to 4 tampons, but for me, when I used to wear tampons, like a super tampon, I would have to change out every hour. So for it to say it holds 4 tampons and I have to change it after 2 hours, like that, it lines up with what they claim. But when my flow is still heavy but not like gushing, it can hold up to like 4 hours. So I do wear these under jeans to work on my heavy days, and it lasted, this last period was a little bit lighter than normal. It lasted 4 hours on my heavy day. And what's nice about these is they don't show under jeans. And another thing to note, on their website, a lot of the companies are very like out forward with their PFAS free, chemical free in their underwear. The Modibodi, I really had to search for. I had to go to Facts and then search PFAS, and then it lists it there. So it makes me a little bit weary that they hide it so much, because if your period underwear is PFAS free, you would think that they would plaster it everywhere because that's a big marketing. So it makes me a little bit worried that they might, be hiding it to save themselves in case anything does get tested with PFAS. So that's a little bit concerning, so take that as you will. Now, I did buy some other like styles from the Modibodi brand, and I wasn't a big fan of them. I'm gonna do a more in-depth video on the whole brand, so stay tuned for that. But definitely the boxer brief was my favorite style from the brand, and some of their styles were huge misses. So it's kind of unfortunate that like their brand is kind of a hit or miss. But their boxer briefs are like, I would say a solid 8 out of 10. There's one boxer brief I have that I enjoy a little bit more than this, but yeah, That's why I give it an 8 out of 10. So let's get into the next brand. Okay, next up is the brand Cora. These are $38. They're super heavy absorbency sleep shorts. Now, I didn't test these too much, to be honest, because these are so uncomfortable and kind of painful, just how they were made. So they are a brand that has like reusable cups. They only have 2 options for period underwear. So what I really don't like about how it's designed is this like separates, and it's like the pad is sewn on top of the boxer shorts, which for the other brands, like you can see it's built in and it's with like a softer stitch. But with this, it's so like stiff and hard. Like this hurts, it rubs, it's very uncomfortable. So I wore these maybe like once and then I was like, I can't wear these anymore. And I didn't feel like they really held up longer than the other brands. So I would give this honestly like a 1 out of 10. If you direly need something and they're there, like I would use them. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to purchase these again. You know, for $38, they're similar price to the other stuff. It's just like they're not comfortable. It is nice that, you know, they're a little bit long if you're worried about a little bit of leakage, but it's just, you can even see, like, look at that. It's so stiff. It's just not comfortable. They were very open about having, you know, PFAS free, chemical free right on the product page for the shorts. So that's really nice that they're so open about it. But yeah, 1 out of 10. Let's get into the next product. So the next period underwear we have is from the brand Revol. They are also very open and honest about their PFAS free, chemical free, and they have a whole link page about like testing. They said that they do double testing on their products, so that's really nice that they're like so concerned about it. These are the most expensive at $50, which honestly, I was like really excited for these. It's a Canada brand. They're on the smaller side. Pad is just so thick. It honestly, and like the fit is really off to where it's like kind of baggy in some spots, really tight in the legs. It honestly felt like wearing a diaper a little bit, which is like what you do not want when you're wearing period underwear. Like that's the last thing you want, is to feel like you're wearing a diaper. So these were really unfortunate. I was like really excited about them. And again, they still don't like hold up more than like the other brands to like justify the wrong fit. So for these, I would also have to give them like a 2 out of 10. Now, I did get a different style, and yes, this one definitely looks like a diaper with how it hangs a bit, but it does fit a little bit nicer. The pad just isn't as bulky, and it actually held up pretty well, and I would give it about a 5 out of 10. Like it's not my go-to, but it does have like some nice detail where it's like, you know, it's lined and everything, to make it not feel so frumpy, if you know I can say that. But again, like it holds up decently. Not my favorites, but like I would wear it if the other brands are, you know, being washed or something. But yeah, the boxer briefs are a definite miss. They like, it's pretty upsetting. They were super tight on the thighs. I hate tight clothes, especially when I am on my period, because it just like, I don't know, I get really sensitive to how things feel, and it makes me not want to wear it and take it off immediately. So yeah, definitely a 2 out of 10, and they're the priciest option that I have out of everything that I got. So let's get into the next period underwear. So next up we have Lilova. I actually don't have the period underwear with me because this was the biggest miss out of the entire haul. Like I have a video of it, me wearing it, like trying it on, but I immediately sent it back because how it was made, it like had the stitching felt like it was cutting, like literally cutting my skin. It was so tight, so uncomfortable. They were the cheapest option at $36, but not by much, and they were just so uncomfortable. I literally, like, there was no stretch in it. It felt like a razor blade. Like I immediately sent it back. It was so uncomfortable. I didn't even try them. So yeah, those are gonna definitely get a 0 out of 10. They do claim to be PFAS free, like right on the product page, so that's really nice. But other than that, yeah, it did not fit comfortably. The fabric was weird. So with that being said, let's get into our last period underwear. Last up, we have the brand Saltco. Spoiler alert, these are my favorite. I absolutely love them. The fabric is so buttery soft. Like that was the first thing I noticed when I opened the package. I was like, holy cow, that is so soft, especially compared to like the Thinx brand. It's so rough compared to this. Now, the Modibodi fabric is similar softness, but I would definitely say the Saltco one is a little bit more buttery. So it feels like a nice cloud. It's super comfortable. The fit is so cute. Like honestly, I would wear these as like just regular underwear and not like period underwear. So like they're so freaking cute. I need to just stock up on these. They also don't show under jeans, which is really nice, and there's heavy absorbency. Again, same with the Modibodi ones. The Modibodi ones and the Saltco ones are pretty comparable with how long they last, fit, fabric, like they're very similar. As you can see, the inside is a little bit different, like how they do I think they call it like the gusset for the absorption. It holds, again, like 2 hours on my heaviest day. And then when I wore them to work on my last period, when it was also my heavy day, it lasted about 5 hours. So like 4 to 5 hours with the Modibodi ones. Now, for me, since my flow is so heavy, like around like the 2 to 3 hour mark, I just want to change out my period underwear regardless. Like a lot of it you could wear longer, but I hate that wet feeling. And like once it gets to like the 4 or 5 hour mark, it definitely starts to feel like really moist down there, which I absolutely hate that feeling. But if I'm at work and I don't want to like change a lot of pairs, like I kind of suffer through it. So that's one thing, like because I have such a heavy flow, it just like, it doesn't dry up after a certain point. So like once it gets to the 2 hour mark, it's not really dry down there anymore. And I drop a lot of blood clots. So like on my very heaviest days, sometimes I have to change them out because the blood clots just like, you know, get in there, and like yes, you can like pick it off and throw it away, but then it's not like drying up and it's like moist. So that's one thing with period underwear that's like, that's just a thing you're gonna have to deal with if you want to use period underwear. But these are probably my favorite. Like I would definitely wear these over the Thinx, which is surprising because the Thinx brand, like I've enjoyed that and it held up so nicely. One thing I will say, if I'm using these for my sleep shorts, I do wear sweatpants over, because one thing about these is they have a higher tendency to like either bleed out the sides or like bleed through the pad, which like my Thinx never really bled through at night until like I washed them so much that now they do start to bleed through a little bit. So that's one thing that I've noticed with these is like they'll hold up throughout my heaviest, like throughout the whole night, but I do need to wear pants because I did get a little bit of blood on my sheet one night because I was like really heavy bleeding. And same with like the Modibodi ones, like I would wear like sweatpants over them at night just to feel safe of not getting like anything on my blankets, which with the Thinx I never felt like I needed to do that. So maybe that's like where the chemicals come in, you know, it helps it not bleed through as fast. And then the Thinx doesn't like leak through until I was at like the 2-year mark of like continuously washing them. So maybe I didn't wash these properly, but honestly, like all the care instructions, I kind of like throw out the window, because if you're on your period, air dry takes forever. So I just throw them in the washer and then I put them on no temperature tumble dry for delicates in the dryer. And I know you're not technically supposed to be doing that, but it takes so long to air dry, and with my period being so heavy, like I need this stuff cleaned really quickly. So I do that. So maybe I ruined the technology a little bit, but yeah, so I can still wear these at night during my heavy flow. They only like leak through a little bit, but I do know to wear like sweatpants over them. But that's like Niagara Falls flow, so it's not supposed to be holding up that much blood anyways, so that's kind of on me. I just kind of deal with it anyways, but these are definitely 10 out of 10. I love these. So soft, so comfortable, not tight like anywhere. I did get more styles in it, and I will review that for another video. So these are $47, so they are like the second most expensive option, but they are my favorites. I think overall, like Modibodi and Salt is what I would spend my money on. The rest of them I did not enjoy. So if you're gonna go with period underwear and want like a PFAS chemical-free brand, these are two great ones. Salt is very like out and open, like that's one of the main big things on their page whenever you click on a product is PFAS chemical free, so they're very open about it. Modibodi hides it, so take that with what you will, you know, read into it with how you will. You know, I definitely think this is a little bit more comfortable thing to wear, but this is also pretty comfortable, and they're very comparable in length, and honestly price is pretty similar too. So it's like, it's up to you guys if you want to try one of these products out. They did send me these boxers for free. They're not paying me to say anything. They were a free gift. I said, hey, I'm gonna be making this video about PFAS chemical-free period underwear. Would you like to send me a free pair for me to review in the video? And they said, heck yeah. So they sent me these for free. They didn't ask me to say anything. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that. Same with Revol, they did send me the boxers and the other style for free. But again, like my full honest opinions, I was not pleased with how they fit. So that like tells you that I'm very open and honest. Even if I do get sent products, I don't take money to say anything until I've tried the product and like really enjoy it. So Salt Co, I like really enjoy. I did get an affiliate link with them, so I do have % off that I will have linked below. Another thing I wanted to mention, Salt does do a full refund. If you get it, try it out, and you don't like it, they will refund you for it. Modibodi does something similar, but they only do it for one pair, so you don't have to send it back, but you're not able to do it for your whole order. You're only able to do it for one pair for your very first order. So that's something to keep in mind if you're worried about trying something and you don't like it. Modibodi will do one pair, and Salt will do, I think, any pair that you try. So definitely look that up if you're interested, and that's something good to know if you've never tried period underwear before. Yeah, that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Again, Modibodi and Salt were my two favorites. The rest I wouldn't recommend. And then I'm gonna do a more in-depth video on Salt and on Modibodi, so stay tuned for that. I hope you guys really enjoyed. I'll have everything linked down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.